Okay, so this is a really interesting way to start off the video, but you know how over the years the Vancouver Canucks have had their quote-unquote tank commanders? Tank Commander Bartkowski, Tank Commander Lukas Spiza, Tank Commander Eriksson, Tank Commander Gudbranson. There have been a lot of guys on this Vancouver Canucks team whom fans have labeled the commanders of the tank. But you know what? This time around, I'm going to go out there and say that the Vancouver Canucks have a tank killer. And it comes in the form of our OT hero tonight, JT. Because the Vancouver Canucks have won their third straight game. It comes 3-2 in overtime against the Anaheim Ducks, and it's JT mother-freaking Miller that goes out there and does it pretty much all by himself. Another thing that I also wanted to talk about in this video before we dove into the nitty-gritty details was the idea of the Vancouver Canucks playing entertaining games. I've said this a bunch, that when the team loses in regulation, but they make it exciting, that's the best type of game as a Vancouver Canucks fan that you can watch because it helps out their draft position, and it gives you a show that you can actually watch and be entertained by. Hockey is a sport. Sports are supposed to be entertaining. If you're not having fun while watching it, then what's really the point? But you know what? Even though the Vancouver Canucks won this game 3-2 in OT against Anaheim, that was probably like the most boring game we have seen in a while. Like, I don't know, dude. I was thinking of titles for this video before the overtime even commenced, and I was like, yeah, this was almost like a mid-off. Two mid-teams going out there and battling it out to see who is the most mid, because especially in that third period, there weren't really any highlights to talk about that I actually thought were noteworthy. There were long stretches of play in this game throughout the third and second periods where there were no whistles, and it was just kind of back and forth, kind of trading dump-ins and trading shots on goal, not even really trading high-danger opportunities. The Canucks and the Ducks played such a boring game that even the goal scored in overtime was a pretty boring one. Sure, it was a very nice display of talent by JT Miller, but man, we'll get into it as the video goes on, but things start out here 1-0 by the Anaheim Ducks. They actually score the first goal of the game. That doesn't happen too often for them, but the first one comes here from Mr. Troy Terry. Great play by Mason McTavish down low. He centers it in front, and Terry ends up taking it and dangling around Thatcher Demko. 1-0 for the Anaheim Ducks, but it's immediately combated back as the Canucks get themselves an opportunity. Kravtsov gets set up by Quinn Hughes on a breakaway, but he gets stopped by Lukas Dostal, who I actually didn't realize was playing in the NHL this season. We had made a video about Dostal back when he was in the Finnish Liga, doing extraordinarily well back in those days. But either way, he was playing, he stopped up Kravtsov on the breakaway, still 1-0. I also have written here in my notes from watching this game that Tyler Myers is bad. And the reason I had that there is because he lost the puck to Troy Terry at the Ducks' blue line, which led to a breakaway that was stopped up by Demko himself. I thought that Myers had a pretty bad game, all things considered, just in terms of his play on the Anaheim blue line, what he was able to do in his own zone too. I didn't really think he had the strongest game. But the Canucks, even though they're down 1-0, they end up actually striking next, while on the PK. Yeah, that's right, yet another shorthanded goal. Brisebois goes off for tripping, and it's the Vancouver Canucks that strike again. Elias Pettersson steals the puck behind the Anaheim net after the Canucks dump it in. He knocks down the Lukas Dostal pass attempt and throws it out in front for JT Miller, who bangs on it and scores point blank. It's 1-1 off of another shorthanded goal by this duo. Petey and Miller are getting it done. I think the stat is like the Canucks have had 11 power play goals since Rick Tocchet came in, and 8 shorties, something crazy like that. So 1-1 the game here as the Anaheim Ducks continue to power play. They're not able to score on it, by the way. The Canucks also had a 2-man PK that they had to do because Kyle Burrows went off for throwing the puck over the glass. 38 seconds, 2-man advantage. The Ducks are not able to score, and the first period ends off 1-1. Second period comes along, and the Canucks end up scoring first. It's Andrei Kuzmenko who tries to throw it to Petey, cross-crease pass attempt, but instead of going to Elias Pettersson, it bounces off of Mason McTavish's skate and in. 2-1 Vancouver the score, about 5 minutes left in the second period, but the Ducks score right after. It's McGinn right in front. The Ducks win the face-off, and the Canucks kind of get scrambled a little bit as the puck is heading towards the goal, leaving McGinn wide open to put it by Demko. It's not really the best play, but it's 2-2 at the end of the second. And then the third period comes along, and sure, there was a little bit of a scare there as Quinn Hughes got the puck off of his nose once more. Very unfortunate bounce, and it's kind of crazy how he's always the guy that ends up receiving these plays, but he ended up returning to the game, so it's all good. Quinn Hughes also got an assist on the overtime winner too. But these are all the notes that I have for the third period. Geez, what a boring period. Pettersson almost wrapped it around and scored in the last 10 seconds, but it's 2-2. That is literally all I wrote down, because this third period was really boring, and like, I don't know, I kind of just tuned into a little bit of it, just kind of tuned out, because it was so back and forth of them just trading shots on goal and like dump-ins, and it wasn't really the most entertaining hockey to watch. But hey, the Canucks got it to an overtime period, wherein JT Miller starts it off with a big face-off win. He plays it over to Quinn Hughes, who kind of circles back a little bit. Miller, eventually, is the guy who gets the pass back, and he just decides to do it all himself. He does a little move to get into the zone, comes right towards the net, and shoots and scores. There you go. It's a JT Miller snipe, short side, beautiful play. He beats Lukas Dostal up high, and it's a 3-2 Vancouver Canucks win. And you can tell from my voice how excited I was to see this goal go in, because I was like, yeah, that's the type of goal that this game sort of needed. A boring, walk it in, just shoot it and score it type of goal. Miller didn't even really look all too happy to score it. The Canucks played probably the most boring win they've had in a while, but they end up getting themselves the 2 points anyway. I know a lot of Canucks fans were saying, okay, well, 2 points are on the line here, guys. Anaheim is behind Vancouver in that Connor Bedard race. Why do you have to go out there and win? And this is what I mean, man. Tank Killer Miller. Shorthanded goal, overtime goal, the face-off win in overtime to get things started. He has been pretty good the past little while here, and it's kind of getting everybody, you know, sort of talking about that trade conversation again. Oh, are the Penguins going to circle back to Miller in the offseason because of this? But either way, I'm going to go. This game, I feel like I don't really want to talk about it anymore. I was just so bored out of my mind. And it's kind of funny because this video had so little material to talk about that I think this video is going to be below 8 minutes, which means you're only going to get one ad. So good for y'all for sticking around here and getting to the end, I guess. But either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Canucks and the Anaheim Ducks. The next Canucks game is on Saturday. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make a video about that because I'm going on a trip. So my apologies to all of y'all who are wanting to see me talk about the Canucks when they inevitably play on Saturday. But thoughts in the comment section below about this Anaheim Canucks game. I hope you enjoyed this. Juraj 99. Maybe this video is going to get to 8 minutes after all. Who really knows? And bye.